There, hi there, hi there, hi there. Hi there, thank you for stopping by to share with Julie today. I hope you're having a fantabulous day today. I think they're doing some work downstairs, so I'm hoping I hear some knocking, so I'm hoping it doesn't seep too much into the video. But in this video, I want to touch on healing crisis, which is the same thing as detox symptoms or cleansing cleansing experiences. And one can experience healing crisis from different things, because if someone was to probably do like went into a hot sauna or something like that, you could experience a healing crisis. But I am specifically focusing on, but most cases, it's having to do with cleansing and detoxing the body, and trying to heal the body. That one will experience detox symptoms or healing crises, as they're often caused. And this is a period when our symptoms seem to worsen. um, you chances are you feel like awful at some points and have so not so nice symptoms. And this is usually because the body is in a process of cleansing, and a lot of toxins and so forth becomes dislodged at this point. Remember that we have been for years putting things on our skin that, oh, they smell nice, but they're actually, quite toxic to the body. And the body, a lot of time these things have been stored in the body, and now it's a chance to release them, now that the body is cleansing. And of course, sometimes our diet is more, acidic in nature, and of course the bad bacteria, a lot of the bad bacteria will be dying, and so a host of things is happening at the same time. And of course, this comes certain symptoms, and it scares people. It often scares people, and they wonder, am I getting, because for a moment it will seem as if you're actually getting worse, but alas, it is actually that time when you know that your body is doing some serious work. Some serious work is going on inside there. And so, what are some of the symptoms that you will notice or you might experience? They include fever, cold and flu symptoms, feelings of anxiety, low blood pressure, diarrhea, sore. You might feel sore and achy, and there are a whole host of them. You might feel irritated. You might feel irritable, and sometimes old injuries that you probably had for like years ago. Maybe you broke your leg, or you broke your arm, or something like that. And sometimes those particular places, you might start feel them, aching again, even though you have not felt them for like years. So things like that will start, occurring. You might feel congested. That is also one of the symptoms. And often people get scared when this happens, but don't get scared. Don't get scared when these things start happening to you, and you know that you're on a regimen of cleansing and healing, and you're also consuming the right type of food. If you are indeed consuming food with as a part of your protocol. And I would say this, what can you do to, make yourself feel better? Well, consume more, hydrate yourself, consume more water. Consume more water. No tap water. No tap water. That's a big X for tap water. But hydrate yourself more. Um, so the body can help the body to flush out the toxins, better. So hydrate yourself. If you're diet, because some people might be doing a dry fast, in which case they won't consume any water. But if your fast or your healing regimen allows that, then if you're on a water fast or any other regimen except a dry fast, you just consume more water. Consume more water. You could also consume more herbal teas, or also some lime water or lime water, because that is astringent and also helps the body to eliminate toxins. And also, especially in cases where you're feeling a bit of anxiety, practice some breathing exercises, not exercising, some breathing exercises, and those will help you to feel a bit calmer. So that is something that you could do. And I will say this also, there are some people whose situation is really chronic. I mean, their body is really toxic. And the more toxic you are, the more difficult it probably can be for you when the body is releasing all these toxins and trying to get rid of them. You could probably feel your symptoms more acutely, and for some people it's a little bit difficult for them to take. So I will say this: if that is the case, where you're concerned, go a little slower. Not take it down a notch. For example, if say you're taking 4 herbal capsules a day, maybe start taking 2. Just take it down a notch and go at a slower pace first. Allow the body to slowly rid itself of some of these things, and then before you again take it back up a notch. So sometimes you need to strip it down a bit and then take it back up again. So if that is your situation, like I noted, if you're really in a chronic state, instead of stopping, don't stop the healing. Don't stop the healing. Let it continue, but you can go at a slower pace. And if it's the case that you were doing only fruits, introduce some vegetables, because vegetables will detox you slower than fruits will. Fruits in general is more cleansing to the body. And so think about that. So when you know that you're going through and you're healing yourself, and you see tumors popping up. Some people actually get tumors popping up all over the place. They might get hair falling out and pimples all over. Like recently I started some nettle tea, and then I started seeing some bumps all over. That is it. The skin is the largest eliminating organ. So sometimes the body will try to push waste. I mean, waste does come through the skin, especially that's why we sweat. We release toxins through our sweat. But generally the kidneys are what help to filter all of that out of the body. But sometimes it will, especially in cases where we're really putting the regimen in place and trying to detox the body. Sometimes you'll notice that issues with your skin, for example. So as I noted, when you see these things start happening, don't get scared. Push far ahead. Just push ahead. If it's too difficult for you to take and you feel the symptoms are a little bit too acute, because some people might have problems dealing with it, pull back a little but never stop. Allow your body to cleanse itself, you know. And like I said, don't get scared. Sometimes, all injuries might come back, like I say, tumors might pop up all over the place, hair fall out, nauseous feeling, blood pressure might, fall, all sorts of things. But when you're healing yourself, these are some of the things that can occur to you. So keep that in mind. Push ahead, hydrate yourself, depending on your regimen, incorporate more water, more herbal teas, some lime juice, or other citrus fruit, because they are more astringent. And just continue along the journey, and don't get scared. Don't get scared. We have all been there who have cleansed ourselves to some degree, and it's an ongoing journey, but just continue. And good luck. I hope you found this useful. Subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos. Don't forget, be the change you'd like to see in this world. Have a fantabulous day today. Ta-ta.